How many times have you been in a vehicle and just by the way the driver is moving this vehicle, all you can hold on to is that seat and hope that you will get to the next destination? I'm here to tell you that you are abused. You are violated. A driver who jumps onto the driver's seat does not greet you. No eye contact. He just gets in there, and the way the vehicle moves, the vehicle itself is communicating to you that the only time I speak to this man is when I say short left. He has mastered the art of keeping you silent, in fear, and just hoping to get to the next destination. What does this mean? It means that the seat you are on in that vehicle, it's actually a crime scene. You walk around and you talk about abuse as if it's something very distant. No, hold on. It is what you live with every day. We are an abused nation. He jumps into the vehicle. No eye contact. Absolute silence. With that, as a passenger, you know that this man cannot be questioned, sometimes cannot even be spoken to. What we've not accepted as a country is that every day in public transport, passengers suffer micro-violence. My name is Isaac. This is another episode of Transit Ringas. We're talking fear, intimidation, and silence. And I want to chat to you because we've just launched, South Africa has just launched 16 Days against 16 Days of Activism. That's a campaign against gender-based violence and femicide. And sometimes we think as a country that violence is only when somebody is being intimidated, is violently, or there's absolute physical violence. Some of the people are actually even unalived as a result of this. But violence takes different forms, and it is so prevalent in the public transport system, in particular. The e-hailing space and the minibus taxi environment. In other modes of public transport, you still have other forms of violence, but it is often passenger-to-passenger type of violence. Whatever it is violence. But as I say, we have not spoken about it the way we should. So as Transit Ringas, we have decided that to take a posture that speaks about violence and GBV in public transport and sort of bring to light the things that are terrorizing passengers every day. It is for this reason that I want you to sit back and just say, have you been, because you might not even know, you think that your silence is you minding your business. But in actual fact, your silence is informed by the fact that you don't want to get in trouble with somebody else. Did you know that the posture and the decision you make that I am just going to be quiet, not to be in trouble with anybody, it's actually a response to violence. It is actually a response to violence. It is silence because of fear. It is silence because of intimidation. How many times have you been in a vehicle and just by the way the driver is moving this vehicle, all you can hold on to is that seat and hope that you will get to the next destination, or at least to your destination? That silence, but fear that is uncommunicated, not verbalized, it is fear and intimidation, and you have just taken a position of avoiding to be in confrontation with anybody else. I'm here to tell you that you are abused. I'm here to tell you that you are violated. But because it has been part of what you do to avoid trouble, you have normalized it. No, it's not normal. It's abuse. So that driver, whether he's a taxi driver, is an e-hailing driver, has abused you. But let's analyze this. Let's go a little deeper and understand what the mindset of this driver is. A driver who jumps onto the driver's seat does not greet you. No eye contact. He just gets in there, and the way the vehicle moves, the vehicle itself is communicating to you that the only time I speak to this man is when I say short left, or when he drops me at the address as per my order, if it's e-hailing. Can I tell you that the driver knows the way he drives, he knows that he's communicating, meaning that he has mastered the art of keeping you silent in fear and just hoping to get to the next destination or to your destination. What does this mean? It means that the seat you are on in that vehicle, it's actually a crime scene because you are being violated. And the driver knows that the way he conducts himself during that journey, he knows that he is sending something to you. And let me tell you that often those who drive with this kind of negligence and aggression, it is often those that actually whose vehicles are unroadworthy. Scrap, skorokoro nje. Skorokoro. And he drives in such a way that, so he conceals so that you can't talk about what you're seeing. You're concentrating on getting to the next destination, and that's how they are surviving. So they have mastered the art of intimidating you, and you have allowed it. Okay, Isaac, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I'm here to deliver a message to you to say that violence starts in this vehicle, and this is what is said. You are paying to be violated. You pay. I'm moving from Melrose Arc into Johannesburg CBD. The vehicle, Imarat. You hear me? Imarat. This guy does not give a toss. Doesn't care about how you're feeling. Doesn't care about how you're sitting. He knows that you are uncomfortable, but he must keep you silent so that he can survive a day. So they live day by day because they have mastered how to manipulate you. That's violence. And I know that in public transport, every time when we talk about GBV, we think of the drivers and the marshals that would Batsudise Musadi ko Nord, those miniskirt situations that we've seen. When in actual fact, majority of us are violated. So they shout at you. They insult you. They do as they please in this vehicle. This is daily trauma. As a man, you keep quiet because you know that when he sees a man, he becomes more violent. When he sees a woman, he becomes verbally abusive. So both men and women in the taxi environment or in public transport in general are abused, but you walk around and you talk about abuse as if it's something very distant. No, hold on. It is what you live with every day. But because they have not manhandled you, you think that you are free from abuse. You need counseling. The fact that you keep silent as a result of fearing to be in confrontation, it means that you're getting a raw service, and that service is not worthy, and it's not it's not what you pay. It's not your social contract. It's not what you're paying for. We are an abused nation. And we live in silence thinking that silence is to avoid trouble. No, silence is a sign of trauma. I am deliberate about this specific episode because every time we talk about it's 16 days of activism, we think of women and women only. While the plight of women is bigger, men are abused every day in public transport and are not aware. In fact, they think it's their decision. No, your decisions are informed by a traumatic situation. Trauma makes you not to confront your reality. Trauma is the reason why you're silent. It is fear that's bringing you to this situation. So multiple things happen in the process. He's driving you aggressively. He's breaking the rules of the road. He cuts other motorists. You can't say anything. Even when you can see that the vehicle is unroadworthy, he's driving recklessly, and he is pushing me to a level where I can't. You just need to sit and be quiet. There is nothing as dangerous as denialism. The first thing that we need to accept as a country is that we are an abused nation, and we do not, and especially I'm talking to public transport commuters in particular, because my focus is in public transport, and I'm here to tell you that majority of those of us who are using public transport, majority of us are abused every day, and the only way to come around it is by silence. But here's the question I want to ask. How different are you as a man, as a public transport commuter, from a lady or a mother in a particular household who's abused every day but keeps quiet for fear of losing out? There are people who are in abusive relationships, but they are afraid to say something because they are, okay, what will I do? Where will I go? I'm unemployed and all of that. There is no difference between you and that mother. Nothing. Because the same reasons that spouse use is exactly the same reasons that you use every day. You are abused and you must accept it. So this episode is about not only educating, but to raise real issues on that have not been spoken about on GBV, and actually realizing that the problem is no longer a problem. And that's why I agree with the president that GBV is actually it's a pandemic. It's a national crisis. But because you have normalized it, you think it's not GBV. Why does this really matter? It matters because For as long as you and I take the posture of being silenced as a result of fear of being violated further, we are allowing this behavior to continue, and those that the perpetrators think that this is the way to go, and they're actually not realizing that all of them or 90% of them actually need counseling because they are bullies, they are perpetrators. So GBV is a national crisis because those who are affected, we have concealed it to a level that we think it is normal. It is not. If you ever feared for your life in a taxi, if you've ever remained silent just to survive, if you prayed a small silent prayer just to arrive alive, you're a victim of violence. I'm here to break it to you that you're a victim of violence. And you need to man up and accept that it ends here because you gotta have to speak out. Never think that speaking out means nothing. It means everything. It means everything. But it requires you to take a position and realize, stop denying that you're a victim of abuse. You are. And you are paying for it. In public transport is worse because you are paying for it. You pay somebody and you sit on a chair just for this person to abuse you. The Transit Ringas app is designed for that. It's designed for you to communicate, speak about the things that are affecting you, what you see, what you observe every day. It is important that you realize that your silence is the reason why this behavior continues. And it doesn't matter whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, whether you're a child, your silence is the reason why these guys continue to treat us like this. There are women who have decided that they're actually being excluded from the night economy. There's no country in the world whose night economy is not dependent on women. If you go to Maboneng or any other club, if women don't go to a club, men don't go. So the night economy, but because of abuse and how things are in the country, it is unsafe for women to participate in the night economy because they are afraid of being abused, being taken advantage of by men who think that they have a right over their bodies. Bloody rapists. It has come to a point where we can't even differentiate between children. There are men who see children and they see tools. So I'm here to break it to you that in the 16 days of activism, let's not speak about abuse as if we are supporting women only. Let's talk about abuse and include ourselves in that, because silence is a sign of abuse. And you as men, you have taken that posture because of it. So you are victims. Yes, I know it makes you feel like you are a sissy. We don't want to feel like we are weak. No, we are. Because there's a psychological battle that is waged against us, and we have responded by silence. We are abused. But those who continue to lead this kind of life, those who are driving us in fear, aggression, they know that your silence is a result of fear. They know it. They can look through you. They look at the rear mirror. They can see all of you quiet with your headphones on because you're avoiding trouble. You're an abused person. Take it and do something about it. It is a national crisis because it's affecting all of us, but we made it look like it is actually, it's skewed towards women. No, we are abused. If you're a man in a taxi, a man who's afraid to be driven badly at night, you're abused. And accept it. Because the opposite, you can't do anything about it. What you need to do is to raise your voice. That starts with accepting that you're an abused person. My name is Isaac Lesole. I will see you again in the next episode. But do something.
Yo, en het rijmt.